So, I've been graced with your presence once more. I'm beginning to suspect that these aren't coincidences, Fangs. Happen to be in the area, you say? I suppose I don't mind entertaining that idea yet again. What were you doing around here, Food, you say? In what way, my vampiric acquaintance? Ah, so appealing to your alternative hunger. If only I were so lucky to be satisfied by human delicacies. You were looking for me, weren't you? It doesn't bother me, Fangs. I only wonder what would drive someone to do something like that is all. You may need to work on your cover stories, though. I couldn't help but notice the lack of so-called food in your hands. So I interrupted your journey. Well, given that you were searching for me, might I join you on this nocturnal outing? Thank you. It feels worth clarifying that your company is welcome with me. I'm not sure what your impression of me is, but I want you to know that if I no longer wished to interact with you, I simply wouldn't. I'm not one to bite my tongue when something unnerves me. I assume now that you know that, you'll be making even more attempts to cross my path by coincidence, as you put it. I suppose you have a point. I can't prove that our meetings haven't been happenstance, but I'll hold on to my theory. Is it safe to assume you've been doing well? Nothing too burdensome on your plate? I'm sorry to hear that. I hope, at the very least, you see better days soon. Me? It's not often a human asks a Cupid how they're doing. In most instances, it tends to be the other way around. I think, for now, I'll focus on the contentment I've felt seeing you once more. Is that a satisfactory answer? Good to know. I don't think I should join you inside. I savor the comfort I feel when in my true form, Fangs. Unrestricted, at ease, concealed to some. But I also know that there may be stagnance inside this place. I'd rather wait for you out here than risk bringing you any unwanted attention. I'm sure you'll be quick. I can wait out here instead. I suppose you raise a fair point. The attention would be rather fleeting. Since you insist. Emptier than I imagined it would be. Yes, I'm coming. Is this something you do often? Frequenting places like this in the middle of the night? Really? How come? Does it remind you of before you returned? Well, if it comforts you, then I'm glad you have something that puts you at ease. Of course. Do you actually like any of the food in here, or was that a cover story? Is that so? Prove it. What process am I rushing? You've been standing in this aisle for quite some time now. If you can show me one of these so called options, I think I'll believe you. What is that? I don't recognize it from my time in this realm. No, we don't have these in my realm. Food has no place when you feed on feelings. Do they taste good? No, I'm not interested in trying it. I'm just curious about your palate. Are you going to buy one? You don't have to just to prove me wrong. I stand corrected. Please, do as you wish then. I've had some foods from this realm that I found appetizing. I don't actively dislike human food by any means. It's more so that it's hard to find an instance where affectionate desires wouldn't be more satisfying. Does that make sense? Do you feel similarly given that you're a vampire? I know, truly, blood is the only thing that satiates your hunger long term, but I've heard some still enjoy eating a great deal. Really? What's one of your favorite foods then? I don't think I've had that before. And you're certain it's a food worth trying at least once? Well, I'll have to make some time someday to indulge in it, since you swear by it. Hmm? What are you looking at? I'm coming. We're looking at a refrigerator of beverages. Our reflections? What about them? Is it amusing to see a Cupid and vampire next to each other like this? I mean, I guess we are a bit of a sight for sore eyes. Me more than you, arguably. Who said anything about it being a bad thing? Do you plan on grabbing anything else? I'm in no rush, just wondering. Did you want me to join you while you check out or step outside? I'll wait outside then. I wouldn't call that being in and out necessarily, but you're right, it was rather fast. It was also noticeably vacant, but I digress. So, what now? Will you be disappearing into the night? Sit. Where at? I think there's some grassy patches around the corner. If we're going to be sitting on concrete, illuminated by a streetlight, I'd at least like a bit of cushion beneath me. I don't know why I don't take more time for myself when it's late like this. Everything has this sort of charm when the world is asleep. even the most mundane places are imbued with an almost intimate stillness. Is this the feeling you were describing inside? It's a wonderful feeling to have. I much prefer this over the manner in which we first met each other. The competition wasn't steep, rest assured. I appreciated your compassion that night, though. What is it? You want me to try it? No, I'm willing to. It's not that I don't like it. The taste was just a bit surprising. It's not what I expected. That doesn't mean I didn't enjoy it, though. I'm certain. I told you last time you don't have to call me Eritus. Eri is just fine, Fangs. But what were you going to say? Why are you curious about where I go? There are easier ways for you to see me, if that's what you desire. I know you didn't mean anything by it. Emera is a realm full of charm and wonder. When a Cupid comes into existence, we aren't yet allowed here until we understand what we are, what our needs are, how to satisfy said needs, and so on. I still remember that first time I set foot here. It wasn't the same as Remor, which made it as exhilarating as it was terrifying. What's what like? Remor? Remor is a place with magic permeating every element around you. I may be powerful here, but it's nothing in comparison to what I would be capable of there. Your field acts as a sort of siphon between the source of your magic and your body. Cupids are of magic. It is a part of us, interwoven with every fiber of our being. When we're home, magic feels as if it's an extension of everything we do. It's inescapable in a way that's hard to properly put into words. It's a wondrous place to be, even if I'm no longer welcome. You wanted to know where I go when we part ways. The simple answer is I roam around the city. I observe humans. I wait until I need to feed, and that cycle repeats. Sometimes I stay stationed in one place. Libraries, grocery stores, parks, hotels. Other times I just wander aimlessly, feeding off of what I can as strangers pass me by. I've used my abilities to help others when I can, but that can only go so far, truly. I haven't been back to Remor for quite some time now. To say I feel fulfilled by what I do would be a lie. But I recognize that I'm not exactly left with many options. Every few months, I grow detached from the city I find myself in. So I simply move on to the next, starting it over from the beginning. I miss it every day. But if I ruminate for too long, I'll begin to lose myself in the pain. I decided long ago that I deserved better than the destruction of who I am. So, despite the basis of how I ended up in this realm, I try to find reasons to appreciate what's around me. It may be harder on some days compared to others, but such is the nature of existence. After you leave, I'll find somewhere to wait out the rest of the night. What, do you have a suggestion that would be more thrilling, Fangs? I I beg your pardon? You're serious? You're suggesting that I move in with you? Why not? You hardly know me, Fangs. How can you be so sure that that's what you want? What is it that you think? Oh, I'm scared. That's what you think is happening? I can't believe I'm entertaining this right now. Do you even have the space for another person? Well, what'll happen if you then have a guest that needs somewhere to sleep? That's terrible logic. You know that, don't you? I'll consider if you answer one question. What's the real reason why you're asking me to move in with you? What else is riding on this offer? Whatever you tell me, I'll take at face value. You have my word. You liked talking to me. Do you mean when we first met? That's very kind of you to say. I'm thinking about how I'm sitting here underneath a streetlight looking at a vampire who continues to stun me no matter how long I get to know them. How are you so certain you won't come to regret helping someone like me? I appreciate the honesty at least. Will I be allowed a place where I can see the sun? Yes, I'm saying yes, Fangs. You may want to retract your teeth. You certainly apologize a lot. Adoring divinity, what am I doing? I feel as though most Cupids would think of this as a reckless decision. Such a fortunate thing that I am not most Cupids. You're positive I'm the most suitable candidate for a roommate. I thought you had a friend from your dynasty. Wouldn't that be more fitting? Oh, so what I'm hearing is that if they didn't live with their partner, I would have been passed over for this opportunity. So you say. Of course, if I don't enjoy myself, I'll be sure to inform you. Thanks. I already said yes. You don't have to prove yourself anymore, okay? Can I ask one more thing of you tonight? Do you mind if we stay out here for a bit longer before departing? I don't think either of us are in any rush to sleep, and these stars deserve as much admiration as the sun receives. The beauty in being a Cupid is the infinite opportunities to cross the path of another, unsure of what may unfold as a result. I'm glad that, whether by fate, luck, or improbable chance, that I was granted another opportunity to speak with you, Fangs. I don't intend to squander it.